I'm here because of Jean Swanson. She's the inspiration. I've been invited to introduce Jean, and just so pleased and honored to be able to do that. As we all know, and I've known Jean for many, many years, going back to toward the beginning of COPE, is that she's been a tireless campaigner to end poverty. Almost her entire life has been devoted to redistributing wealth, making society more equal for everyone. And she's attacked it from many angles, whether raising welfare rates, enforcing bylaws to clean up SROs, changing laws and policies that put people in poverty and keep them there, building social housing, raising the minimum wage. Jean spent a lifetime attacking these problems. She founded End Legislative Poverty, worked with DERA, chaired a national anti-poverty organization, and wrote a book called Poor Bashing, The Politics of Exclusion, a book that is unfortunately so still relevant today. She spent a lifetime attacking our economic system that serves the rich and powerful and inevitably leads to the rich getting richer and the poor poorer. Governments could be doing something about this problem, but they've mostly been owned and controlled by the developers, the corporate elites, the rich. So Jean, convinced local government could be a place to start making important changes, she began running for council 40 years ago. In 1978, Jean ran for city council with the newly formed COPE. She ran for mayor in the 1980s. And over all these years, Jean has never wavered, never took her eye off the prize of closing the gap between the rich and the poor, ending poverty, treating people living in poverty with the same respect as every other citizen in this city. As Jean so forthrightly puts it, she has such a way of words with this, it's obscene that some live in $75 million mansions and some live on the streets. As we all know, Vancouver's in a crisis we've not seen since the 1930s, since the Depression. We've become the most unequal city in Canada. Shame. We're in the midst of a housing emergency. A man named Ted lives and dies at a table in Tim Hortons. More and more people are living on streets, in cars, in tents. And though the majority of Vancouver citizens are renters, many paying more than 50% of their income for rent, if they can find a place at all, overcrowded dwellings, poor maintenance, growing health risks, it's shocking what Vancouver's become. In a city with such enormous wealth, we have these problems. Well, all of this pushed Jean back to the front lines. She understood. We need a revolution at City Hall. We need to make sure that the rich pay their fair share of taxes. So we can fund housing for everyone, affordable housing, so the city can help provide enough housing, because housing is the right of every citizen.
Yes.
Jean's wisdom, unfailing commitment to economic and social justice has inspired a movement. A wonderful, beautiful movement of people. I look out, and with the incredible support of a people here today and thousands more, Jean almost won that by-election. A rent freeze, a mansion tax, a guaranteed commitment to build enough housing to house the poor. That's what inspired me, that's what's inspired all of us. And it's that movement that's going to sweep Jean sweep the city and get Jean elected as a city councillor in October.
Yes!
Jean Swanson.